A country that I'm really fascinated by is Mauritius. So first of all, the flag. Can we just give an appreciation for the color, like the color scheme? Mwah. So I'm obsessed with Mauritius because I knew this one Mauritius girl. She looked racially ambiguous to me, right? I was like, girl, where are you even from? Like, she's looking a bit mixed, but like kind of Indian. She's from Mauritius. So I do my little Google search. I'm like, where's that? Off the east coast of Africa. Do you consider yourself African? Like, are you African? Well, she's obviously African. That's not what I mean. But that's why I'm fascinated by it, because people that violate Africa and Africans are so small-minded, and I think usually they mean pertaining to like West Africa or like Congo or something. They think it's mud huts, they think it's poverty. Like, Africa is thriving, Africa is diverse, there's so many different types of people. Like, obviously we got North Africans, we got, you know, South Africa, you know, you got white descendants, and we've got Indo-Africans. So I find it really cool how Mauritius has that Indo-African Creole background. There's also a lot of Chinese there, which leads me to my next fun fact, which is Mauritius is the only country in Africa that has predominantly Hindu population. So I find that really cool. And then the rest of the religions is like Christian and Muslim, small percentage of Buddhist as well, I'm presuming from the Chinese. Try their national dish, which dal puri, I hope I'm saying that right, dal puri, is a flatbread made with yellow split peas that's ground to a flour, then stuffed with a mixture of cooked yellow split peas, chutney, and pickles, which sounds absolutely delicious. And there's also fish Vendée. And for dessert, I really want to try the Mauritius I'm saying it Napoleon, but Napolitan. Like, as anyone who's from Mauritius, can y'all tell me, when people ask you where you're from, do you say I'm African, or do you just say I'm from Mauritius, and then maybe they'll say where's that, and then you'll be like, oh, it's Africa, but then maybe they'll be like, oh, you don't look African. Like, if you're from Africa, then why do you look Indian? I also am really fascinated by what Mauritians actually eat. Like, in a Mauritius household, like, what is y'all's go-to? Because I know Googling it and looking at national dishes is always different to maybe what the people eat on a day-to-day basis. So I'm really fascinated by that. If you're from Mauritius, then drop a comment down below. Another thing I'm really fascinated by is the language. Google says that Mauritius speaks English, Mauritian Creole, and French. I can only imagine the accent, especially because you're meant to tell me that on an African island there are Indo-Chinese